Yo, what's up you guys? Welcome to another video. This is gonna be a quick one, but this video is all about getting the ride height correct on my S2000 here. So yeah, finally gonna get rid of that wheel gap, make it look really good, and then head over to Walshmo when we got the right ride height and get everything lined up, get an alignment in, and all the ride dialed in. So let me show you guys what it looks like, and we'll lower a little bit, play around with the settings, see what we like. All right, here we are right now. As you can see, we got about good amount of wheel gap right there. So I'm thinking, let's do, because we're gonna add a lot of camber, I'm thinking maybe lower it an inch and see what happens. And then rear, same thing, right? So yeah, these are rolled pretty well, good amount of clearance. Rear tabs are shaved off. What you got to do on these cars, you got to relocate the back rear tab for the rear bumper if you want to put any decent looking tire on these cars. But yeah, you can see here, look at that. All right, as you guys can see, we got HKS Hypermax on here. Can't remember, I never can remember like how these coils work to adjust, but it looks like this is the preload, and you untighten this and spin it up or down to lengthen the coil here for the ride height, and the lower fork comes up, right? So I got to disconnect this bolt, loosen this, spin it up, bring it up probably about halfway here is where I probably want it. That way it'll shorten the overall length of the dampener there. So gotta unbolt this, untighten this, and then spin it up, measure everything up, and see how I like the ride height. Okay you guys, so everything I'm doing here is actually completely wrong. I don't know why I had such a bad brain fart, but I basically did a coilover install on this side for no reason at all. All you need to do is unlock the bottom locking nut and then thread the strut into the fork while it's installed. Really simple, really easy, but for some reason I did this. So this was the initial adjustment. I lowered it about an inch, but then when I put it down, I quickly realized that this wasn't going to be low enough. So we ended up just maxing out the coils in the rear because we want to go for that flush look and slightly tuck with the 255s. If you're watching this first part of this video and you're like, yo, that guy's an idiot, that's because you're right. Yeah, I was looking at the coil a little bit more and I was like, we could probably just spin the top of this to thread into the bottom of it and shorten it, and that wouldn't change the preload because the whole coil would be spinning into the fork, since it's locked with these two locking nuts collars on it. And yeah, that's exactly how you're supposed to do it. So all we had to do was turn the top locking collar clockwise to lower it so it spins the fork. And yeah, so we basically did a coilover install for no reason, but you know, gotta figure it out now. So yeah. Alright, so both rear's lower now. This one's super fast. I also threw on my Regamasters, so I'm gonna put Regamasters on this side. Just so when we do switch out to these rims, I want to get the alignment right for these, because this is a meatier tire. So this is a 255, yeah, 255/40 RT615. Yeah, so brand new. These are also brand new. This is on a 245 Not sure what the sidewall is. Yeah, 245/40 AO52, so still pretty aggressive. This is a plus 45 wheel and this is a plus 50, so yeah, it should be pretty much the same, but I just want to have these on there to make sure I don't rub with these on. I'm not gonna like drive the car that much with mismatched wheels on each side because you don't want to do that, but I only have 2 of the Regas mounted for now. Alright, you guys, we're at Walshmo. We're swapping cars. This is how you know I'm here too much, as don't need to ride. I'm just swapping out for my other car, taking the Integra home. Yeah, but we're gonna get alignment. Put the stance on it. It's pretty good. Not really rubbing. I think a little bit more camber in the rear. The front looks pretty good too. But the front needs a lot more camber because it's basically at 0. It's probably like a -1.5 maybe, but yeah, that shit looks so good. Yeah, so maybe I'm thinking like -3.2 in the front, but if we need more, we need more. I don't really care. 3.2, 3.4, we'll see what it does, but look how much more it fills out the wheel wells than the 245. My car is back from Walshmo from getting alignments, and the stance is pretty crazy if you guys look at that. Rear is fine. We ended up going, just told them I wanted more camber, honestly, but you know, I'm not running ball joints. Like, I'm not running lower ball joints on the front or rear. Like, this completely stock suspension, so this is the maxed out camber you can get on OEM suspension besides coils. As you guys can see, the T's on here. So this is a 245 AO52. Left side is a 255 Falcon RT615. So both are compound tires. So the sidewall is going to be pretty fat. They're 40s, but this is a 9.5 plus 45, and then that's a 9.5 plus 50. So pretty similar wheel, but this side you can see it doesn't fill out as much, but you can see it's just as low, but it tucks in a little bit more. Like the 245s actually sit a lot nicer on here. And then the rears go pretty crazy on both sides. So as you can see with the rear, we're pretty much tucked already without even moving around. So no bumps, no speed bumps or anything. We're already tucked in the rear. Rear fits fine, both sides. Problem is actually driving on the street, it was fine. Coming into my driveway, I had to do like a crazy angle. And this under full compression and like coming up my driveway, I unfortunately already buckled the hell out of this fender, but paint didn't crack, so this can definitely still be fixed, so we're gonna fix that. But if I want to run these 255s on here at this low, if you guys can tell, look how low I am with here. There is no gap, I'm tucked, and it just looks really good. But unfortunately, one drive around the block took her into the home, and we made our fender look terrible. But yeah, so this is with the Desmonds. Man, the Regas car looks crazy, honestly. Like, the setup goes hard. Rear's fitment is just on point, you guys. Like, I've never really had a car with like just full out, like I just wanted to have crazy fitment on there. Like, I've always done like finger gap, and I was just like, dude, let's run one where we're just got some nasty fitment on there. And that's what I kind of wanted this car to be, with like the full red interior and everything. This is kind of like my wanted this to be kind of like final show car type build, you know, even though we're not going to take it to any shows or anything. But yeah, that's the fitment on there. We are running maxed out on the rear is 3.3. Front, I think we got 2.8 or 2.9. But yeah, ideally in the front, I would want to be running 3.3. But I would need to install like some J's Racing or Evasive front camber, lower camber joint arms or whatever. It would allow me to give you that extra like 0.6 a degree that I would need in the front. I could either do that, or I might just run 245s in the front, because I was surprised, right? Like 255s obviously look really good. They're super meaty on this wheel. But if you come around here, like these 245s don't look bad. 245/40, I think because with the R compounds, they have a pretty beefy sidewall. They're not really gonna stretch like crazy, so it doesn't look stupid. But this fits fine. So 245 fits fine. Just look at that rear fitment, look at that front fitment. This is a more aggressive wheel too, so this is a plus 45, and those are plus 50s. So on the Regas, I wanted the plus 50s just so I could get them to fit better with a better stance. But this is it's pretty low and it's not rubbing. I'm pretty happy with that. Like as you can see, the car is tucked. Like I'm tucking all 4 corners without yeah, there's no compression on it. Like this is the ride height. If it's sitting, it's tucked all around. And that was a really long walkthrough about the car and the suspension and the camber and the fitment, but I mean, I'm just stoked on the way that thing looks, so can't stop talking about it. But yeah, if you guys like that video, thumbs up. Let me know like which side you guys like better, the Regas or whatever, or if you would put more camber in the front or just run 245. I think I might just buy 245 tires, rock them on the front, just make it simpler, easy. I don't really care. I don't need a square setup. Not going to be a track car. Obviously square ideal, handles better, and mostly you can rotate your tires easily, but don't really care too much about that stuff with this car. Not a track build. Really resisting not taking this to the track because it's kind of driving around, kind of wants me to take it out there, but I want to keep it nice, not mess it up, so keep it on the street, right? So the next thing, guys, peace.